Ang susunod na programa ay rated PG. Ito ay nangangailangan ng patnubay at gabay ng magulang para sa mga batang manonood.
Warning. The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
8 things you need to know about poltergeist just in time. Number 1. Parapsychologists can't agree on what they are. Some parapsychologists view poltergeist as a type of ghost or supernatural entity which are responsible for psychological and physical disturbance. Others believe that such an activity originates from unknown energy associated with a living person or location. Skeptics, on the other hand, prefer mundane explanations such as attention-seeking, pranks, and trickery. Poltergeists tend to prefer momentum. Number 2. A person-focused poltergeist tends to, but not always, involve a female adolescent who is suffering from emotional turmoil when the activity begins. That said, however, not so-called focal agents are teenagers. Indeed, William G. Roll, a pioneer in poltergeist research, found the age of people reporting experiences of poltergeist activity range from 8 to 78 years. Number 3. Some of the best poltergeists are thought to be fakes. In 1967, at a lawyer office in Rosenheim, Germany, strange things started to happen in the presence of a 19-year-old secretary, Annemarie Schallberl. Paintings and overhead lights fitting started swinging while fluorescent tubes unscrewed themselves and massive spikes in electrical activity occurred. The speaking clock was also called multiple times per minute, and furniture was moved. The police, utility company officials, physicists, and parapsychologist Hans Bender investigated without explanation, but many believe it was fake, all due to the hidden nylon threads, especially given that the incident stopped when Schallberl left the firm in 1968. Number 4. Poltergeists like to mess with your stuff. Poltergeist activity typically starts with minor isolated incidents. This could include unexplained sounds or familiar objects such as your keys or your phone moving from their usual place. But while poltergeist activity is typically short-lived, manifestations typically lasting around 5 months. Some cases have persisted for several years. The Chilliwack poltergeist in Canada, for example, was active for only 2 months. Between 1951 to 1952. During this time, the poltergeist produced loud and violent hammerings on walls accompanied by occasional flying objects. The Brother Dolly case, on the other hand, include a range of phenomena, stains, carvings, and a range of phenomena and Welsh words, generally of a religious nature, and this persisted for several years. Number 5. Experts are still undecided about the Enfield poltergeist. One of the most famous poltergeist cases to happen in the UK involved the Hodgson family and their newly occupied council house in Enfield, North London. Between 1977 to 1979, it was the scene of the demonic voices, objects moving without explanation, levitation, and strange noises. Events focus on 2 teenage daughters, Margaret and Janet. Several reliable witnesses observed phenomena. These witnesses included a police constable, a press photographer, and an investigator from the Society of Physical. While investigators did discover some evidence of pranks and fakery, it was believed that many of the poltergeist incidents were genuine. Number 6. Some believe that emotional stress can cause activity. Some ghost hunters and paranormal purpose that poltergeists are actually the emotions of troubled individuals built up during times of stress. This theory, known as spontaneous recurring psychokinesis, suggests that is built up stress then unconsciously projects outwards in the form of mental energy, which affects the physical environment and produces the phenomena and are attributed to poltergeist, but there's little evidence to support this notion. Number 7. Others believe they are spirits of the dead. Many people believe that the spirits of the dead are responsible for poltergeist activity. This is said to be because people who experience them perceive an underlying intelligence and meaningful communications with an otherworldly being. This view proposes that a disembodied consciousness or soul survives bodily death. But again, there isn't any compelling scientific evidence to support this view either. Number 8. But skeptics put a lot of it down to misinterpretation. Misinterpretation is mostly likely to occur when people believe a place is haunted and they are looking for evidence to confirm this. In this way, a lot of poltergeist activity can actually be attributed to inaccurate perception of natural phenomenon. Take the case of the woman haunted by a ticking clock. It was actually discovered that the noise was created by a tiny insect. Other cases, such as the curse of the spinning Egyptian, an Egyptian statue in a Manchester museum appeared to turn itself during the day, have equally been explained by physical factors such as minor seismic activity, underground streams, and even rainfall patterns.